is programming and computer, right, Mr. Fine?
Yeah. And systems analysis.
Barney Miller, the beloved sitcom set in a New York City police station, showcased a diverse cast of characters, including the talented Jack Soo, who portrayed the wise and witty detective Nick Yamana. His sudden and noticeable illness shocked both fans and cast members alike. As Jack's health declined, the tight-knit group of actors rallied around him, demonstrating their deep affection and respect. They shared heartfelt stories and memories, celebrating his unique contributions to the show and the joy he brought to their lives. Jack's infectious laughter and charm left a lasting impact on everyone involved in the series. The cast organized gatherings to support him, ensuring he felt the love and camaraderie that defined their time together. They reminisced about the moments that made filming special, highlighting Jack's ability to lighten the mood even during challenging times. This tribute not only honored his legacy but also reinforced the bonds formed during the show's run, showcasing the true spirit of friendship and support in the face of adversity. Captain Barney Miller, played by Hal Linden, navigates the chaotic world of the 12th Precinct with a mix of humor and patience. He often finds himself trying to maintain his sanity while leading a diverse group of detectives. Among them is the near-retirement Philip Fish, portrayed by Abe Vigoda, a Jewish-American detective whose experience and grumpy demeanor add a unique flavor to the precinct. Then there is Stanley Wojo, played by Max Gale, a gung-ho, good-hearted Polish American who often brings a sense of optimism to the team, even in tough situations. Ron Harris, an ambitious and somewhat arrogant African-American detective, played by Ron Glass, constantly strives to prove himself, often clashing with his colleagues. The philosophical and wisecracking Japanese-American Nick Yamana, played by Jack Soo, adds a layer of humor and insight, often reflecting on life through the lens of a gambler. Jono, a Puerto Rican officer, rounds out the team, bringing his own perspective to the precinct's daily challenges. Barney also has to deal with his old-school superior, Deputy Inspector Frank Luger, played by James Gregory, who often complicates matters with his traditional views. Additionally, Officer Carl Levitt, who is uninformed yet persistent, constantly badgers Barney about his promotion to detective, adding to the captain's stress. Together, they create a dynamic and entertaining environment that showcases the complexities of police work and the bonds formed in the face of adversity.
Look, you're not going to need your lawyer for
Hey,
this.
look. It's his word against mine.
As the series progressed into its third season, a notable change occurred with the character of Kano, who was replaced by the intellectual Arthur Dietrich, portrayed by Steve Landsberg. This shift brought a new dynamic to the show, as Dietrich's character was known for his sharp wit and analytical approach to police work. The interactions among the detectives became a central focus, showcasing their camaraderie and the unique personalities that each brought to the precinct. The show effectively balanced the detectives' relationships with one another and their dealings with various suspects and witnesses. This dual focus allowed for rich storytelling, as the audience witnessed the complexities of police work through both the humorous and serious moments that unfolded in the precinct. The blend of character-driven narratives and procedural elements contributed to the show's enduring appeal, making it a beloved staple of 1970s television. The interactions not only highlighted the challenges of law enforcement, but also provided a platform for social commentary, reflecting the times in which the characters lived and worked. The chemistry among the cast members, particularly with the introduction of Dietrich, added depth to the series, ensuring that each episode was filled with engaging dialogue and memorable moments. The evolution of the show during this period marked a significant chapter in its history, as it continued to explore the lives of the detectives, while maintaining a focus on the cases they handled. The balance of humor and drama kept viewers invested, making Barney Miller a standout series of its era.
And closer.
You're not getting the medal, Carl. They turned you down.
In the series Barney Miller, recurring conflicts often arise from the daily challenges faced by Captain Barney Miller and his team at a New York City police precinct. One of the most prominent sources of frustration for Miller is the overwhelming amount of red tape and paperwork that comes with police work. He frequently finds himself bogged down by bureaucratic procedures that hinder his ability to effectively manage his officers and address the issues they encounter on the streets. This constant battle against the system creates a backdrop of tension as Miller strives to navigate the complexities of law enforcement while keeping his team motivated and focused. Additionally, Miller's efforts to maintain peace and order within the precinct are a central theme throughout the series. He often mediates conflicts among his officers, ensuring that discipline is upheld while fostering a sense of camaraderie. The dynamics between the characters add depth to the narrative, as each officer brings their own unique challenges and personalities into the mix. Miller's leadership is tested as he balances the need for order with the understanding that his team is made up of individuals with their own struggles and quirks. This ongoing tension between maintaining authority and supporting his officers creates a rich tapestry of conflict that drives the story forward, making Barney Miller a compelling exploration of life in a police precinct.
Just don't tell Barney.
The show takes place almost entirely within the confines of the detective squad room and Captain Barney Miller's adjoining office in the fictional 12th Precinct. This setting creates an intimate atmosphere where the characters interact closely, allowing for a deep exploration of their personalities and relationships. A typical episode would feature the detectives bringing in several complaints or suspects into the squadron. The confined space of the precinct serves as a backdrop for the unfolding drama and humor, highlighting the daily challenges faced by the officers. Almost always, there are 2 or 3 separate subplots in a given episode, with different crimes affecting different officers. This structure allows for a rich tapestry of stories, showcasing the variety of cases that the detectives handle. The interactions among the characters, combined with the unique situations they encounter, create a dynamic and engaging viewing experience. The blend of humor and serious themes reflects the complexities of urban life and the human condition, making the show both entertaining and thought-provoking.
Time.
Excuse me, I'm gonna need some cold towels and a blanket.
He fainted.
Occasionally, the detectives of Barney Miller would step outside the familiar confines of their office, either on a stakeout or in their personal lives at home. These outside scenes provided a refreshing change of pace from the usual setting of the precinct, allowing viewers to see the characters in different environments. However, these moments were rare, happening about once a year, which made them special and memorable for the audience. The original pilot of the series featured a cast that was quite different from the one that became beloved in the continuing series. With the exception of Hal Linden and Abe Vigoda, the characters portrayed in the pilot were eventually replaced when the show was picked up for its first 13-episode run on ABC. This shift in the cast allowed the series to develop its unique identity, focusing on the dynamics and relationships that would define the show. The changes made in the transition from pilot to series helped to create a more cohesive and engaging narrative, ultimately leading to the show's success and longevity.
Did I do that?
No.
The show underwent a significant transformation with a nearly complete recast, introducing new characters and dynamics to the series. This shift was part of an effort to refresh the storyline and appeal to a broader audience. Val Basoglio, who portrayed Sergeant Grimaldi, was initially expected to transition into the new cast. His character had been a part of the original ensemble, contributing to the show's unique blend of humor and drama. However, despite the anticipation surrounding his return, Basoglio was ultimately not offered the opportunity to continue his role in the regular series. This decision marked a pivotal moment in the show's evolution, as it moved away from its original lineup and embraced a new direction. The changes in the cast brought fresh energy and perspectives, allowing the series to explore different themes and character interactions. Fans of the original series had mixed feelings about the recasting, as they had grown attached to the original characters and their story arcs. The new cast members brought their own flair, but the absence of familiar faces like Basoglio's left a noticeable gap. As the series progressed, it became clear that the recast was a bold move aimed at revitalizing the show and keeping it relevant in a changing television landscape. The impact of these changes would resonate throughout the series, shaping its identity in the years to come.
Now pacer stretching out against softer company.
When the producers of Barney Miller discovered that one of the actors had previously appeared in a pornographic film, they faced a significant dilemma. The network, ABC, was concerned about the potential backlash and the negative impact this revelation could have on the series and its reputation. They feared that if this information became public, it could taint not only the show but also the network itself. To avoid any controversy, the decision was made to replace the actor. Jack Soo'S character, Nick Yamana, was brought in as a new addition to the cast. This change was made to ensure that the series maintained its integrity and continued to appeal to a broad audience. The transition was handled carefully, as the producers wanted to keep the show's momentum while addressing the sensitive issue of the actor's past. The introduction of Nick Yamana added a fresh dynamic to the series, allowing the writers to explore new storylines and character interactions. The decision to replace the actor ultimately helped to preserve the show's reputation and keep it on the air for years to come.
Levitt, I got a bell ticket for a Kurgo L.
Right here. I'll take it.
Jack Soo and Danny Arnold shared a strong friendship that greatly influenced the production of Barney Miller. Their bond was evident in the way they collaborated on the show, creating a unique atmosphere on set. The characters Grimaldi and Yamana, played by Soo, and another actor, respectively, shared the same desk, which added to the camaraderie among the cast. This setup fostered a sense of teamwork and authenticity that resonated with viewers. In a notable departure from traditional television series, Barney Miller was staged like a theatrical play. The show utilized a single set that included the squad room, the office, and occasionally the restroom. This choice allowed for a more intimate and focused storytelling experience. The limited setting encouraged the actors to deliver strong performances, as they had to rely on their dialogue and interactions rather than elaborate sets or special effects. The decision to create a theatrical feel contributed to the show's charm and helped it stand out in the television landscape of the 1970s. The combination of Soo's talent and Arnold's vision resulted in a series that was both entertaining and thought-provoking, capturing the essence of life in a police precinct while maintaining a light-hearted tone. The unique staging and strong character dynamics made Barney Miller a beloved classic that continues to be appreciated by audiences today.
Make some kind of allowances for me. Not like, well, like Dietrich.
Filming for the series took place primarily at the ABC Television Center, where the Barney Miller set was established. Out of the 170 total episodes produced, only 13 were filmed outside this main location, showcasing the show's commitment to a consistent and recognizable environment. The original pilot, titled The Life and Times of Captain Barney Miller, was a different vision for the series. However, it did not meet the expectations of ABC and was completely rejected. Despite this setback, the pilot later found a place in the hearts of viewers when it aired as a special on August 22, 1974. This unique airing allowed fans to glimpse the early concept of the show, even if it did not lead to a full series. The decision to film the majority of the episodes at the same location contributed to the show's distinctive atmosphere, allowing the characters and stories to develop in a familiar setting. The consistency of the filming location helped create a sense of community among the cast and crew, which translated into the chemistry seen on screen. The series became a beloved part of television history, with its unique blend of humor and drama, all rooted in the experiences of the characters within the precinct.
Yeah, but you've been around here long enough to have established your credentials.
During the time when ABC was negotiating a deal with director John Rich, his influence was significant due to his remarkable success with the sitcom All in the Family. Rich had seen the pilot episode of Barney Miller and expressed interest in working on the show. His enthusiasm led him to approach ABC, advocating for the series to receive another chance. Thanks to his efforts, the network decided to pick up Barney Miller for a 13-episode commitment. This decision was largely attributed to Rich's reputation and track record in the industry. However, despite this promising start, Rich's tenure with the show was short-lived. After only 2 episodes, he encountered disagreements with producer and writer Danny Arnold. These creative differences ultimately led to Rich leaving the project to pursue other opportunities with ABC. His departure marked a turning point for Barney Miller, as the show continued without his direct involvement, but his initial support had been crucial in getting it off the ground.
Clients.
Barney, lunch.
When Harris, played by Ron Glass, is tasked with producing a porn film for an undercover sting operation in the 1975 TV series Barney Miller, he cleverly adopts the name Starry Night Productions as his cover. This plot point adds a layer of humor and intrigue to the show, showcasing the creative lengths the characters go to in their police work. The operation highlights the show's unique blend of comedy and serious themes as the detectives navigate the complexities of crime in New York City. Years later, the show's writer, Reinhold Weege, found inspiration in this fictional production company. In 1984, he used the name Starry Night Productions for his own production company, while creating the beloved series Night Court. This connection between the two shows illustrates how ideas can evolve and reappear in different contexts within the television landscape. The clever use of a fictional name in Barney Miller not only served a narrative purpose, but also left a lasting impact on the industry, linking two iconic series through a shared creative thread. The legacy of these productions continues to resonate with audiences, showcasing the enduring nature of clever writing and character development in television history.
I never went to a college, even for a few minutes.
Every time Levitt, played by Ron Carey, exited the squad room in the 1975 TV series Barney Miller, he showcased a unique and memorable signature move. This quirky habit became a defining characteristic of his character. As he approached the door, Levitt would always use his left hand to open it. With his back turned to the edge of the door, he would rotate around the door's edge, ensuring that his back remained against it. This careful maneuver not only highlighted his quirky personality, but also added a touch of humor to the show. The way he closed the door after making his exit became a small yet charming ritual that viewers came to recognize and appreciate. This signature move was more than just a physical action. It symbolized Levitt's character traits, such as his cautiousness and attention to detail. The move stood out in the ensemble cast of Barney Miller, making Levitt a memorable part of the series. His unique way of leaving the room contributed to the show's overall charm and comedic style, leaving a lasting impression on fans.
Testing.
In the 1975 television series Barney Miller, the setting of the police station was brought to life with various props that played significant roles in the daily operations of the precinct. One of the most notable props was the chalkboard, which served as the daily duty roster. This chalkboard was essential for displaying which policemen were on duty and which were off duty. It provided a quick reference for the officers and helped maintain order in the bustling environment of the station. The chalkboard was often updated, reflecting the dynamic nature of police work and the ever-changing schedules of the officers. Another important prop was the cell door, which symbolized the realities of police work. The cell door was a constant reminder of the consequences of crime and the role of the police in maintaining law and order. It was frequently used in various scenes, showcasing the interactions between the officers and the suspects they detained. The presence of the cell door added authenticity to the show, emphasizing the serious nature of the characters' jobs, while also allowing for moments of humor and camaraderie among the officers. Together, these props contributed to the unique atmosphere of Barney Miller, making it a memorable series that resonated with audiences. When the show ended, the chalkboard and the cell door from Barney Miller were donated to the Smithsonian Television Museum. These items became significant artifacts representing the series' impact on television history. The chalkboard, often used for comedic effect, and the cell door, a symbol of the show's setting in a police precinct, captured the essence of the series. The producers were approached about creating a feature film based on the show, which would have brought back the beloved regular cast members. Fans were excited about the possibility of seeing their favorite characters on the big screen. However, despite the interest and discussions, the project never came to fruition. Various factors contributed to this, including scheduling conflicts and the challenges of adapting a television series into a feature film format. Ultimately, the idea remained just that, an idea, and the film was never able to be put together. The legacy of Barney Miller continues through its memorable moments and the cultural significance it holds in the realm of television.
Over here.
During its broadcast run, the television series Barney Miller gained significant approval from real policemen and detectives. Amid a landscape filled with various cop shows, many real-life police officers regarded this series as the best depiction of the realities of police life. The show presented a more authentic view of what officers encounter on a daily basis, moving away from the glamorized portrayals often seen in other programs. Barney Miller focused on the everyday experiences of a group of detectives working in a New York City police precinct. The characters were relatable, and their interactions reflected the camaraderie and challenges faced by real officers. The humor in the show was grounded in reality, showcasing the absurdities and frustrations of police work, without resorting to over-the-top action or drama. This realistic approach resonated with many in law enforcement, who appreciated the show's commitment to portraying their profession with honesty and respect. Officers found the dialogue and situations depicted in the series to be reflective of their own experiences, making it a favorite among those who served in the field. The series not only entertained, but also provided insight into the complexities of police work, earning it a special place in the hearts of many in the law enforcement community.
Oh, good. Thanks very much.
One of the standout features of the 1975 television series Barney Miller was its unique approach to the cop show genre. Unlike many other police dramas of the time, which often relied on intense action and graphic violence to engage viewers, Barney Miller took a different path. The show was marketed as a cop show without violence, emphasizing that no serious violence ever took place on camera. This was a refreshing change in an era when many programs showcased shootouts, car chases, and other forms of physical conflict. Instead of focusing on the violent aspects of police work, Barney Miller centered on the everyday lives of the officers in a New York City police precinct. The humor and character interactions became the heart of the show. The series highlighted the absurdities and challenges of police work, often portraying the officers dealing with quirky criminals and bizarre situations. This approach allowed for a more character-driven narrative, where the audience could connect with the personalities of the officers rather than being drawn in by action-packed sequences. The lack of violence did not mean the show was dull. Rather, it created a space for witty dialogue and clever storytelling. The characters, including Captain Barney Miller, played by Hal Linden, and his diverse team, became beloved figures. Their interactions often reflected real-life issues, making the show relatable and engaging. By focusing on humor and human relationships, Barney Miller carved out a niche that set it apart from its contemporaries, proving that a cop show could thrive without the reliance on violence. This innovative approach resonated with audiences, allowing Barney Miller to become a classic in television history, remembered for its clever writing and memorable characters. The series demonstrated that a thoughtful exploration of police work could be just as compelling as the high-octane dramas that dominated the airwaves.
Because it could be, disillusion.
Initially, Hal Linden and the series stars, most of whom were New York actors, had a strong desire for Barney Miller to be filmed in New York rather than Hollywood. They believed that shooting in the city would bring authenticity to the show, capturing the true essence of the New York police precinct they were portraying. However, ABC was not on board with this idea. The network had its own reasons for wanting to keep production in Hollywood, likely related to budget and logistical considerations. The series producers also did not support the notion of relocating to New York. As a result, all the actors' hopes for filming in their home city were dashed. This decision meant that the vibrant backdrop of New York, which could have added depth to the series, was replaced by the more controlled environment of Hollywood studios. The choice to film in Hollywood ultimately shaped the look and feel of Barney Miller, even if it did not align with the original vision of its cast.
Shane, get down from there! Take a good look. Hair's growing out of his face.
The show was notorious for its marathon taping sessions. Early sessions were done before a live studio audience, which added a unique energy to the performances. However, the laughter you heard was not always genuine. The producers used a laugh track to sweeten the reactions, enhancing the comedic moments in post-production. This method allowed the creators to control the audience's response, making the show feel more engaging. Danny Arnold, the show's executive producer, was known for his meticulous approach. After the audience departed, he would often rewrite and restage entire scenes to improve the flow and timing of the jokes. This process could be quite extensive, leading to long hours for the cast and crew. A taping session that began in the afternoon or early evening would frequently continue into the early morning hours. This dedication to perfecting each episode contributed to the show's quality and its lasting impact on television comedy. The marathon tapings became a hallmark of the production, reflecting the commitment to delivering a polished final product.
The city needs the goodwill of the police department. If you don't think they're going to back us up on this, you got another.
As Jack Soo'S' health began to decline, it became evident to the cast and crew of Barney Miller that something was seriously wrong. He started losing weight rapidly, which raised concerns among his colleagues. Eventually, Jack sought medical attention, and the diagnosis was devastating. He had esophageal cancer. This news shocked everyone, as Jack was not only a beloved actor, but also a vibrant presence on set. Due to his illness, he had to be absent from several episodes, leaving a noticeable gap in the show's dynamic. When he returned for a brief period, it was heartbreaking to see him looking frail, and not like his usual self. His once lively demeanor was replaced by a somber reality that affected both his performance and the atmosphere on set. Unfortunately, Jack's battle with cancer was short-lived. He struggled to continue working, and ultimately, he passed away at the age of 61. His loss was deeply felt by his co-stars and fans alike, marking a poignant moment in the history of the series.
He's taking an interest in...
They got my wallet.
His final appearance on Barney Miller was in an episode titled The Vandal, which aired as the 9th episode of the 5th season. This episode marked a poignant moment in the series, as the actor Jack Soo, who played the beloved character Nick Yamana, passed away on January 11, 1979. The loss of Soo was deeply felt by the cast and fans alike. Shortly after his passing, the show honored him with a special episode called Barney Miller Jack Soo, a retrospective. This episode was unique as it featured the actors out of character, sharing unscripted reminiscences about Soo. The heartfelt tributes from the cast members were interspersed with memorable clips from the show, allowing viewers to reflect on the joy he brought to the series. At the end of the episode, the cast raised their coffee cups in salute to him, a touching nod to a running joke throughout the series about the notoriously foul-tasting coffee he made. This tribute not only celebrated Soo's contributions to the show, but also highlighted the camaraderie and affection among the cast, making it a memorable moment in television history.
Gotta start somewhere.
The city was asleep.